I first got a set of clubs when I was 14, and I used to, go in the garden and hit into the net and stuff like that, but never actually go out and play properly till I was 14. By the time I was 16, I was playing off an 8 handicap, and at that time, 8 handicap was pretty good. Now you'd be considered absolutely hopeless. And I left school to start playing amateur golf in the summer and working in the winter. So I had 6 winter jobs up until the time I turned 21 and was ready to turn pro. The European Tour, it had about 26 events, and that was me. I think I played in every single one of them, won the money list in my rookie year. But from 16, I knew that's what I wanted to have a go at. Whether I was ever going to be good enough, you didn't know, because a lot of good amateurs don't convert well into professional golf. In my day, I used to play on the boys' team when I was an amateur because there were no girls' teams. I turned pro when I was 21, and I've been on tour ever since. So, this is my 38th season on the tour. Obviously, as you get older, it gets harder because the players, they're coming out young, fresh, ready to go. They're proper athletes now. Lexi Thompson, she's and the Costa sisters, they're real athletes. And now it's all gym regimes. Charlie Hull lives in the gym. You can see how fit and strong these young girls are. Years ago, I used to put the time in and you make sure you're absolutely on it when you're ready to go. And I still try and do that now. But rather than going in the gym, we play tennis, play football, that's the way I used to do it. I used to play other sports, but obviously as I'm older, it's a lot more difficult to do that. But that's just managing your time properly. That's just sensible. Time management, I've probably got the edge because I know that you don't need to be practicing 24 hours a day, but when you're younger, you probably do too much, which is not good. I see some of the girls out here, they're doing way too much, and they'll probably learn, but it might be too late. Do a lot more short game practice than I used to. Amazingly, that's the part of the game that can go first. It's not the long game so much. It's just nerve endings aren't quite so good as they used to be when you're younger. My equipment now has allowed my game, as I've got weaker, I still hit the ball pretty much what I did all those years ago, and that's what's kind of kept me semi-competitive, but unfortunately the youngsters are hitting it miles past me. Nice if you can still hit a few shots and maybe they think, oh, she can still play. I come with hope now rather than expectations. I think that's the best way to describe it, but I know my best stuff is still very good. My goal now would be, top 20, top 10 finish. I would consider a pretty good effort at 59, which is obviously not good enough considering I used to turn up every Thursday thinking I could win the event years ago. But, you find your level and, I've earned the right to still be playing in that I've won enough tournaments where my status is good enough. And that's why I'm here, really. And hopefully, the players don't think, oh, she should just, go away and forget about it. But yeah, I think my game's still got some validation to play on the tour. And that's why I'm still here doing it, really, because I just love the challenge. I would have played a lot more tournaments this year, but I've had injuries. I have had a lot more time at home. I live in Surrey, I live very, very close to where I used to live then, but I just love it up there. Surrey's always been my home and basically decided now I'm not playing quite so much. I wanted to come back where all my friends are. And yeah, I'd say overall, when I'm home, I'm pretty boring and I just like the normal things that people do. I love watching sport. I love going to live sport. I like cooking, love walking my dog. His face always lights up when I come home and, the quiz nights down the club, just anything normal that you miss when you are actually away on tour. Now I don't play so much. I probably play more at home because I'm trying to keep my game ticking over, whereas when I was on tour, I would literally put the clubs in the cabin and that would be it. I wouldn't see them until my next flight to go somewhere else. Now it's different. I used to play 32, 33 tournaments a year. Now I'm doing commentary and playing a little bit. I'm probably only going to be away 26 weeks of this year, and going forward it'll probably come down slightly from that. So I'll be spending more than half the year, whereas before it was always, 4 or 5 months is all I would be at home for. Well, I've never had a coach, and I don't think I'd ever have wanted a coach. I just think my game was based on feel, natural ability, I suppose. But no, I don't think I'd change anything because I've been so lucky the way my results have gone. There's a couple of shots I'd like back that cost me tournaments, big tournaments that I'd love to have won, the Nabisco being the one that stands out the most. I pulled an 8-iron and 3-putted the 18th. It still hurts now. But I don't think you should ever second guess yourself because it's only one tournament in, upwards of 1,000 events. So you just to move on quicker would probably be the best thing I would say to myself. Legacies and all that malarkey, not for me really. Obviously meeting the Queen a couple of times, getting the damehood. Yeah, they're probably the most special moments because you feel like you really earned them. In '88, I got the MB because I won the US Open in '87. So I had to go up to the palace and you walk up to her, curtsy, she pins the medal on and she said, where are you playing next? And I said, I'm off to Heathrow to go and play in Biarritz Masters. She said, oh, good luck, I hope you win. And obviously then that was the end of our little bit and I backed away and curtsied and off I went. And I've always thought to myself, I wonder if she looked in the paper on Sunday to see that I'd actually picked the trophy up. I know she didn't, she wasn't a golfer, but it's, something I'll always remember. Stuff like that, you could never have imagined that 38 years ago. But golf, it's been very good to me and I just love playing the game. It's all changing at the moment for me and it's a good change. This year I'll probably do 2/3 commentating and 1/3 playing. It's a lot easier commentating than playing, I can assure you. The fact that I still play at the high level, it definitely helps me in commentary because you've always got a reference point and I'm still finding my way with the commentating side of it. It's nice that you can really relate to the players and you know certain things about them so you can use that in your commentary, but I would never be mean or unnecessarily critical of someone unless it was one of the caddies that I could have a good go at. I think what Aramco are doing for the LET, the Ladies European Tour, is amazing and hopefully more of it'll come. I mean, it's not just that though, it's the other events where the Pro-Am side of it, they're all for $1 million, maybe going up at some point. But it's just a huge commitment to women's golf and hopefully one day we might even see a couple of young Saudi girls out on tour. Wouldn't that be something?